And underway out the back is the Grommets final heat 1 with Hardy Fletcher, Levi Lewis and Frank Nutter. Kicking their flippers off. There's the boys there. Well done. Here we go. And we're underway straight away for the Grommets final. Frank Nutter.
Off for a little spin there just off the back. Frank not able to complete that manoeuvre. This is going to be another exciting final. Grommets, under 14s. All of these guys, we've been seeing their names pop up over and over again. Frank also competing in the Super Grommets. So he's pretty young, hardy, 12 years old now, so a bit too old for the Super Grommets. But still competing in every other division and been seeing his name over and over again. And as with Levi Taff Lewis, been surfing really well and obviously to have made it this far to the final. So going to be an exciting heat. Frank Nutter taking an early lead with the 217 for that spin. We're going to see, looks like we have some paddle action.
Here we go, Hardy Fletcher, our young Super Grom. Beautiful barrel there, nice tucked under the lip with a roll, and he's looking for something else. Wow, great surfing from the young man, Hardy Fletcher, who spends more time in the commentary tent than Papa Smurf himself. But that is a pretty good wave from the young man, Hardy Fletcher. Let's run through the replay.
How is this? This is a cracker wave. Look at that, taking off, just ducking into that barrel, coming out cleanly. First section rolls straight away, and then he sees there's another potential roll section there and capitalizes on that. 9.17.
Wow. That is a big score from such a little man, but the absolute legend, Hardy Fletcher, coming from down the D5 crew, was so stoked to have him up here competing every year. The whole time between this gap in heats, I've seen him out surfing at Lovers there. The guy just does not stop. He's an absolute machine. Young Hardy Fletcher surfing in this Grommets final today with a massive score of 9.17 to put his first score on the board for this Grommets final.
Yeah, that is just incredible. Straight out the gate, not holding back at all. This is what final bodyboarding is all about. And
beautiful barrel ride on that one, hey, Joey.
So clean. We're going to go through it again right now. Look at this. Just scooping in. Run us through it, Dave.
There we go. Tucking under the lip, super deep, just getting caught a little bit with the lip on the end, but his progression into that barrel was just super smooth, and it was a nice, clean, open barrel, which the judges are noticing and rewarding him for.
12 years old, guys. This is the future of bodyboarding here in Australia, and it's so good to see. Frank Nutter taking off again on one of those lefts as he just speeds out of the screen. Comes through a roll at the end. Fortunately, not able to complete that one.
And here's the replay of Frank Nutter's last wave. Nice left-hander wave, running down the line, sitting a bit high on that one, trying to keep his speed up, scooping under for a roll. But unfortunately, the wave just didn't offer enough for him to complete that manoeuvre.
Some really exciting stuff out there, and I'm sure Hardy's frothing hearing the beach announcer just yell his score out to him. But it looks like Levi taking off here. Goes for
straight into a roll.
And not able to complete it. Looks like a set though. Hardy, could he be in position for this one? Run us through his replay.
Here's a replay of Levi's wave. Take off, straight transition into a roll under the lip, but unfortunately not enough momentum to enable him to get out in front of the white water on that one. These are such young fellas. The Grommets final here, Heat 1 Grommet final of Day 2 of the City of Gold Coast Future Pros. Live action with Frank Nutter with 2 forward spins completed and running down the line looking for another little section. And a roll off the end. Whoa, 3-wave combination for Frank Nutter. He's got to be happy with that.
Wow, a little flick off claim there from Frank, and that is a good combination. He'll be happy with that. That'll definitely get rid of his 1.87. Nice forward spin there, and he goes again, just spinning around that light frame of his. And then look at this hard section to hit because it's kind of bowling out to sea, but manages to muscle it around a bit and catching the board before it slipped out.
Well done.
Well done, Frank. 4.9.
Okay, we're about 3/4 of the way, about through the heat with just over 15 minutes remaining in the Grommets final, Heat 1. on day 2 of the City of Gold Coast Future Pros. Out in front is Hardy Fletcher with a huge score. Only one wave on the board so far, but it's a massive score with a beautiful right-hand barrel ride from Hardy Fletcher with a 9.17. In second place is Frank Nutter, the rider in blue, with a 4.9 and a 2.17 and a total combined score of 7.07. He needs a 4.28 to knock Hardy off the podium, but Hardy, if he gets another wave, he's going to be pretty hard to beat with that first score on the board with a 9.17. And in third place is Levi Lewis with a 1.8. Here we go. Hardy again, looking down the line, racing for a section, going for a little reverse off that one and almost completing it. Here we go. Rider in yellow's up and riding as well. Tucking under the lip straight away, going for a roll. That was Levi Lewis.
Trying to get a second backup there, Levi just not able to make it happen. And, wow, love that. I'm sure we'll catch some replays any second, but Hardy just showing us the versatility in his repertoire of manoeuvres, going for the reverse hack. Getting awarded a 2 for the attempt, but unable to ride out of it. Levi just getting a little score there for that. He'll be looking for some completed manoeuvres. And Frank's sitting in second still, chasing down
Hardy's massive score.
Massive lead. Early massive lead, straight into it. Let's run through this reverse. It's really cool to see. Just 12 years old, already trying moves like this. Lift the nose up there and tries to whip it around, as you see his fins up there in the whitewash. Here's the one from Levi.
Takeoff straight into the barrel for rider in yellow, Levi Lewis's wave there. Not a bad takeoff, but just fortunately couldn't pull that roll around to complete the manoeuvre.
Yeah, it's 3 men in this Grommets final. 20 minutes. I believe the next final is going to be the Super Grommets. Which will be exciting. Go straight from the Super Grommets into the junior final.
Yeah, so stay tuned, guys. We are currently 12, just under 13 minutes remaining of the Grommets final. Then up next is going to be the highlight of day 2 today with the junior finals. The Rising Series Junior Men's, IBC Rising Series Junior Men Final. So make sure you hang around, tune in and share this, guys. Make sure you comment, share it with your friends, and everybody tune in. Make sure everybody's tuning in online to watch the highlight of the day coming up next in just over 12 minutes' time with the IBC Rising Series Junior Men's Final. It's going to be one to watch.
Yeah, 100%. I'm going to get up that YouTube now to see who's watching. If you guys are, drop a comment in. Let us know where you're watching from, who you're supporting. Let us know what you loved about the event and any highlights or any good things you've enjoyed about this IBC D-Bar Rising Series Future Pros. A lot of names, a lot of names for it.
There is. I mean, by all means, you comment, yeah, we all love Papa Smurf. You know, that's completely understandable. You know, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah, Begonia, Glenn Mortimer, Dragon Eyes of Fire, Dan B. Shout out to all you guys. Thanks for dropping some love in the chat. It's
Thanks, guys.
Good to see. It's cool. Cool to interact with you guys in this way, in a live way. Like whilst we're sitting here, it's crazy, isn't it?
Here we go. We've got a bit of action out the back. Rider in yellow. Levi's having a look at this one. Not a bad wave. He's trying to tuck under the lip there and get a little bit of shade and still riding along, looking for a second section with a forward spin. Oh, out the back, there's a nice set. Beautiful wave from Levi, rider in yellow, but here comes Hardy Fletcher with a forward spin on the takeoff, straight into a forward spin. Looking for another section under the lip, scooping under for a beautiful roll. Way ahead of his time, young Hardy Fletcher with a beautiful ride there on his third wave for the heat, which will definitely strengthen his position way out in front at the moment. Already on 11.17, but no doubt that score from that last wave will be way bigger. Let's have a look at the replay, Joey.
Yeah, this is just crazy little exchange here. Levi trying to get and tuck in, comes out of that one. Little speed check there you can see, and he goes for that spin and just gets caught up. But how's this takeoff spin from Hardy on another set? The score's already dropped through on your screen. You guys can see there, 6.5 for this spin to roll combination. And What is his total now? 15.67.
Dare I say that this is the highest score of the competition. Some live action there with Frank Nutter just pulling under the lip. But Hardy's combined score is the highest score of the competition, I think, from what I can recall. That's a massive score of 15.67.
It's crazy to see. And look at that. He has got both Frank Nutter and Levi in combination, meaning they need 2 entirely new scores if they're going to want to try and chase down this massive total that Hardy has surprised us with in the final. Or not surprised us. I didn't expect anything less, but he definitely saved it for the final, didn't he?
He did. Amazing barrel ride, excellent wave selection. He's just been sitting out there and utilising his priority position, waiting patiently, and his wave selection has definitely paid off with his beautiful barrel ride on his first wave and nice combination of manoeuvres on his following waves. Good, well done to Hardy Fletcher. And he's going to, like I said, I can nearly retire because he's going to be back in this tent soon, so back in the commentary tent.
Yeah, he's coming for your job.
He's not a man of many words, but we love seeing him in here. Like, he's just a mini Grom and like an absolute charger. His actions speak louder than words with Hardy Fletcher, and his riding speaks 1,000 words.
100%. We're getting a few more comments in the chat, but hold up. Looks like Levi's looking again for another ride. He loves these rides and goes up for a roll. Can he push out of this? Levi, unfortunately, getting caught up. And there must be a bit of frustration there. Needs to get rid of that 1.8 if he wants to chase down Frank Nutter.
Bit of activity out the back, a little bit straight, but a bit of a pulse and swell pushing through. We'll see if we get a little bit of a left-hander off the edge of this next one coming through. Not sure if anybody's in position for it, but we've just under a minute and a half remaining. There is another set out the back, and Hardy might be in position.
The left, potentially. All right, let's have a look. No, it's going to close out as it hits that bank. Not quite the right angle for that set. Still a few lumps rolling through. Plenty of time still, guys. Just over 8 minutes. Here's a quick replay from Levi there. Not able to push through that one either. Priorities as shown with Hardy, then Frank, then Levi. So Hardy's in a really, really strong position right now.
Here we go, some live action with Levi Lewis again. Nice roll on that one. If he can stick it in the whitewater there, that's not a bad little ride for Levi Lewis. Currently in 3rd position.
Definitely going to get rid of that 1.8 score now with a completed move. He timed that really nicely and just managed to push through. Good riding there, Levi. Well done, mate.
Still needs a fairly big... Oh, and that's actually pushed him up into 2nd. The judges like that one. Let's see if the scores jump around. Of pushing Frank Nutter back into 3rd. Levi has a 4.9. There's not much in it with them two. We've still got 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining, so Frank could still come back at that. If Levi Lewis has a 7.9 and Frank Nutter has a 7.07, who's currently been pushed into the 3rd, but anything could change still with 7 minutes remaining in this Grommets final.
That's it. That is it. Getting a few more messages. Glenn, everyone saying whole Central Coast is supporting Ocean. Casman as well from North Central Coast Bodyboard Club. Luke Nutter is supporting Frank Nutter and Louis Nutter. They're from the Central Coast.
Yeah, the Nutter family. Well done.
Yeah. Intricate Shockwave. Thanks, mate.
Oh, Miko. That's Mick from the Sale. Well, he's floating around living the van life at the moment. Intricate Shockwave makes bodyboard wax. Some really, really, really good DK wax. We've got some on display down in the Lids tent today.
Cool, cool. Up and paddling using the priority. Hardy Fletcher. Nice paddle into that and a really nice clean line.
Look at this.
No spray on that inside rail, and you can run us through that replay, Dave, but after this one.
Here we go. There's some live action from Frank Nutter looking for a nice roll off the top of the one. Not a bad projection. If you can stick that one, it'll be a good wave. But we'll run you through the replay of Hardy's next wave. It was an excellent selected wave again from Hardy Fletcher. Here we go. He's paddling hard to get on this one. Decent size on this one. Scooping under. Little bit of barrel time there. His legs are in the barrel, under the lip for a flip, and just getting a little bit hung up, landing right in the pocket, and unfortunately not making that one. But here's the replay of Frank Nutter's one.
Going for a big roll there. Extended arms. It's kind of floaty roll as he got a nice section, but just couldn't push through that foam there. And maybe a little bit frustrating as he really wants to be trying to chase down Levi in that 2nd position there. Speaking of him, he's having a look at this right. He's been loving these right-handers. Really nice takeoff there, and he's waiting for this section. Good line into that. I think he's coming out of this one, and he does.
Very good riding with this Grommets final. Still a couple of barrels out there to be had with just over 5 minutes remaining. Here's a replay of Levi's last wave. Under the lip with a roll. Landing that one cleanly. The rider in yellow, Levi Lewis, congratulations.
Looking to improve on a 3, which will take him even further ahead of Frank Nutter. But Frank sitting there with a 4.9 as well, so they're very even between the two of them. 5.07 for that last one. So now what's Frank looking for?
He's looking for...
Oh, they're in combo because it's the final, but...
Yeah. There's...
I'd say he'd be looking for a 5.08.
And there's nearly 3 points in it. Yeah, his second score is only a 2.17, so he just needs one more good score, Frank Nutter, to take back that second position, which is highly likely because his second wave is only a 2.17. If he can score around a 5, I reckon that might be enough to get him up into the second position. And Hardy Fletcher's sitting strong out in front with possibly the highest scoring wave of the day, 15.67. The young Grommet, Hardy Fletcher, well done. Here we go, Frank Nutter, live action.
Coming around the foam at the front there and just adjusting his line into this end bowl and gets what looks like a projected roll from this angle, but not able to stick that. Frank really trying to get out of that position he's in at the moment. He needs to get rid of that 2.17 as his replay.
Here we go. There's a replay of Frank Nutter, the rider in blue, picking off multiple waves and trying to scoop on that one. A little bit lost his rail, but he still managed to get around and attempt to roll on that one. But I don't think it was a completed manoeuvre, so won't better his score of 2.27 on his second wave. With just around 3.5 minutes remaining of this Grommets final, guys. Make sure you stay tuned after this one. And we've got the presentation coming up not too far away as well. Rider in red, having a look at this one out the back. Hardy Fletcher, bit of a double up on the bank with a little lip there. Another ARS attempt and completed for the young man, Hardy Fletcher. Definitely completing that one. Rider in yellow out the back, live action. Nice reverse attempt there for Levi Lewis, but incomplete. But Hardy with a completed ARS. He went for one on the last wave, but got stuck inside the pocket and didn't make it out. But happy to see him on not as big of a wave, but a completed air roll spin nonetheless.
Yeah, look at this, guys. And you know what he wants with a score like that. He needs something bigger. And, guys, 12 years old, throwing ARSs like this in a comp and landing them. This guy is the future. Like, you're going to have to watch out for Hardy Fletcher. He's surfing so well. That was really good. Here we go with little hand drag reverse there. Unfortunately, unable to complete that one for Levi. And wow, 7.57. How is this? 16.74. Is this the highest score of the event? I think it could be.
It would have to be. Here we go, live action. Levi roll under the lip. Levi Lewis again there, sitting in second position. He didn't look happy with that one, but he should be happy with the second position at the moment. It's going to be pretty hard to beat Hardy, like we were just discussing. Here we go. Here's the replay again. Just a bit of a stall there for Levi, looking for it. He got a bit of time in the barrel, but just couldn't get around that lip section. Massive scores for Hardy, massive. It'd have to be before that last score dropped. He's got a 9.17 and a 7.57. The 7.57 alone is up there around one of the highest scores today. I do recall seeing maybe an 8 scored in our previous heats yesterday, but a 9.17 and a 7.57 combined score for the rider in red, Hardy Fletcher, with a total combined score of 16.74 would have to be our highest score of the day. Amazing stuff with a minute and a half remaining of this Grommets final.
Leaving both the other competitors deep in the combination zone. He must be feeling pretty chuffed with himself out there and well-deserved. Hardy Fletcher surfing a million heats, doing a million free surf sessions, just endless energy and endless froth and really, really, really cool to see. Coming down to the final minute of this Grommets final. Been absolutely amazing watching him surf and
so good,
so exciting.
Bit of barrel time in the last few heats, and it's always good to see people get a bit of time in the green room, especially in these beautiful turquoise waters here down on the Gold Coast in Australia. Just absolutely magic clarity in the water. Frank Nutter, some live action down the line on a left-hander, just couldn't quite get around that section on that one. Going for a little forward spin on the wash just to get some points on the board on that one, and I think he's going to come in as well with just over 30 seconds remaining in the Grommets final. Thanks for watching, guys. Up next is the IBC Rising Series junior men's future pros. So stay tuned for the final of the junior men's coming up next.
Just catching this last few seconds and then we'll jump into a quick commercial, guys. But I think that is all she wrote for this heat. Is there a set coming? Not really.
It's safe to say that Hardy won that one, I think.
Safe to say. Congratulations, Hardy Fletcher. Look at him there. What a little legend.